Hey guys, Pretzel Man 945 here, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. It's been a hot minute, but we're back with another episode.
Yes,
Um,
we are back
uh,
again.
Very excited about this. I've been looking forward to this all day, to be honest. I have like so much I want to fucking blather about. Um,
Before we talk about TV and video games, you want to talk about life?
yeah. What's been going on in your life recently?
Past week has been really cool and really bad.
Okay, that's a very big dichotomy. You gotta
Yeah.
explain why.
Um. All right. I'll just go through the progression of the week. I'm not gonna say too specifically, but I went back home to GA and I got to see my family. I haven't seen my family in half a year, so that was pretty awesome. I got to see my mom, my dad, my dogs. Like that was awesome.
We tried to make
Um.
plans, but ultimately, like too much family just happened.
Right. It just happened to happen, and that's unfortunate. But we'll make it work one day. I think I'll get to when I
Yeah.
we'll get there. So I was in one part of Georgia for a few days, and then I drove up to where I'm not going to name drop, but where we were from, and I was there from Thursday to Sunday. I left Sunday. Um, yeah, Thursday was awesome. I got to see Taylor, see her family. She was with me the whole time, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got to see my older sister. Um, I got to go quote unquote call my brother. I got to go to the county jail and see him. So that was kind of cool.
right.
And then I went to my old job and saw everybody. This is key to why this is a bad tale. I saw my old buddy. I saw my buddy David. I got some food there. I saw my buddy JV. JV. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. But yeah, so I saw them. I got to go back home. I'm leaving for school soon. So I'm getting out of Rhode Island soon. I'll be going to Cali. The school's
Oh,
only like
really? Your stint in where you are. I don't want to say for
you could say Rhode Island, like it's fine.
I can say Rhode
Uh,
Island. Okay.
state
Your stint.
state dropping's fine. State dropping's fine. No
Okay.
one's gonna yeah.
Okay. Rhode Island is almost over.
Yeah, hopefully I should only be here for a couple more months. That's awesome.
Okay.
Uh I got I got a new phone. I got the iPhone 16.
Oh, okay.
The Siri is interesting. Like I don't know if you here, let me just turn on my cam real quick. This phone is cool. So basically, what happened was I moved out by my parents' home basically like 4 months ago, right? Because I left for boot camp, and I was
Right.
like, you know what? I gotta start being an adult. I'm gonna fucking get my own phone bill. You know what I mean? So I went and went to Verizon, got my own phone. I traded in mine. I got the 16, right? So I pay for this phone now. I don't know if you're able to tell, but look at this Siri. It like fucking here. It like glows across the fucking screen, and it's all around the edges. So like, hey Siri, and like when you talk, the edges like glow and shit. It's weird,
Fuck
but it's a
now.
good.
Instead of like the entire screen becoming black and whatnot.
Yeah, you know how like there's like the bubble. The bubble's just not there anymore. Like it's just fucking.
That's weird. That's so
But
weird.
it's pretty cool. Uh, what else is there? Um, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, let me talk about my flight. Let me talk about my flight real quick. My
Oh,
flight to
did you have a rough flight back?
dear God, the flight there was cool. I was super excited to go home. See everybody. So I
What
had that
airline
motivation
did
for
you
me.
take, by the way?
If you're not taking Delta, then you're not flying right. You know what I mean? No, I'm sure
Exactly.
that I've literally only flown like 5 times in my life, and I've flown Delta every single time.
Me. Well, I've done like Southwest once, and then like American Airlines was like the one time I did them had the flight diverted, which is a whole crazy story. Um, so yeah, we normally stick
In
to
your
Delta.
experience, Delta's the go.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, I yeah, no, I went home. I saw a bunch of people. I actually got my hands on those Persona records that I ordered. So those are pretty cool to
Nice.
see. I got my hands on them. They look so fucking good. I can't wait to get my own place and like, spin them and listen to the tracks and whatnot. But yeah, so that those couple things. Yeah, let me just go over the two bad things. All right. So one of them happened yesterday, but that's the last one because that's not. This is the worst, but the flight. So with my flight, I was trying to go as cheap as possible. I drove to Boston, so Boston's like an hour and a half away from me. So I had to because it was cheaper. It's cheaper to fly out of Boston than Rhode Island because it's a big city. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was like $300 cheaper. I was like, yeah, I'm doing the drive. It's an hour, whatever. So I fly out of Boston, cool. Hang out in Georgia. I come back, right? I'm in Atlanta. The flight gets my flight was at 3 and I didn't leave until 9 o'clock because it got delayed over and over and over again because there was like the hurricane and then there was like that rant. I don't know if you know
Ah,
about this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but like
Hurricane.
but
Hurricane was a real ditch last week.
not even that though. That already cleared over when the flight. It was that and then the that like chemical plant explosion that happened.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, apparently like the shit in the air. I
Wild.
don't know. There's something about it, but my flight. I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning, and
Yeesh.
I just stayed up because I had to wake up at 5 for work. Like whatever. So that sucked. But my flight there was, oh my lord, I had probably the worst flight. It was the worst. I didn't really pick my seats. I kind of just flow it, like just put wherever they put me. It was cheaper, whatever. So I'm there, and yeah, I got a middle seat, and that's fine, whatever. The middle seat is in the very. I got the very back of the fucking plane, which is pretty awful for when you're trying to leave.
Yeah.
And the people next to me, holy shit, the people next to me. There was one lady. I'm not one to shame, but she was very big and touching me. Uh, like that's just how it was. Dylan, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. She took her purse out. She reached in her purse. She pulled out a bottle of barbecue sauce. Okay, put some on her finger and was eating it like the whole flight there. I can't even make that up. That happened to me.
Oh, the hell?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When you're on a flight, you have to look out the window, right? See what see the land.
No, no, I'm an aisle seat person.
I like looking out the window, and the girl next to
I
me.
really get that. I really do. But for me, I love aisle seats because that way I can get to the food faster.
That's fine. That's fair. But like you've seen. I'm assuming you've like sat a window seat before,
Maybe a couple, once or twice, but normally I try to do aisle seat as much as I can.
right? But are you like a guy who's like, nah, I do not want to see the view. You know what I mean? Like if you're on an airplane, you know what I mean?
I like scenic views actually.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are you against the idea of looking out the window of a plane and just
No,
checking out like the
I love looking out the window. I don't
I
get people
hate
that
when
like
people
try
do
to.
this.
I don't get people that try to like close the window or whatever the
Yeah,
heck.
bro, she had it closed the whole time.
Down.
I was like, bruh. And then back to this. This is the worst. This is the worst one. And I'm not like I'm like what
So we
I
have
mean I'm
fat.
like
So we have fat barbecue sauce lady. Who is the other person you sat with?
lady next to me with the window and she kept blasting music on her cheap headphones so I could hear it through my headphones, which was really
Ooh, ooh.
that was pretty
Was
annoying.
it even good music?
I mean, I don't know if it was bad, but I didn't want to hear it. I couldn't really hear what I just heard like the noise. I was
Oh,
like, bruh.
dang.
And then I got back, I had work, cool. I Yesterday I found out one of my buddies back home in GA uh got in a motorcycle accident, passed away. So that
Oh
was
my
a
God.
scare.
Jeez, I'm sorry for the loss. Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. And the other bad part is I can't leave for like a funeral or anything unless it's immediate family. So like I
Damn.
can't be there, which sucks.
That
But
fucking sucks.
which
Man,
was the
I'm
JV
sorry to hear
person. I
that.
saw Yeah, it was the JV dude I saw at work the week before, and I was like, bruh, come on now.
Damn.
He wasn't like a super close friend, but he was pretty close. Like we worked on like we worked on my truck like 24/7. He
No,
was an older
no,
guy.
no.
He's like
Man,
25.
I get it. That sucks.
Yeah, so that was pretty awful. Um, and then I mean like that's pretty much it.
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
okay. But
well, I have some more positive things that happened in my life, which is like they help offset the mood a bit. So on
all
Monday,
right, let's do it.
I had my first band concert since
All right,
like coming back to tuba, since like graduating high school and whatnot, and it went really, really well. Had a ton of fun there.
awesome.
Yeah. Also on that same day, had a Japanese test I got really well, I scored really well on, which made me happy. Otherwise, not a whole lot happened during the week. Um, Honestly, I think it's honestly a perfect segue to move into video games. And I want to do this because I think it's like the shorter segment compared to all the shows I want to talk about.
Okay.
So, do you want to hear my thoughts on the Persona DLC or Echoes of Wisdom first?
Oh, you got Echoes of Wisdom?
I do. I've been playing it.
Okay. Um, we can talk about episode, I guess, but I am going to tell you right now, I haven't finished it, but I know the story.
Okay,
So that's why like
that's
I
perfectly
beat the
fine.
original. So I actually don't
That's
know, like, yeah. So how like what are your thoughts?
well, Echoes of Wisdom or Persona. Which one do you want to hear first?
Get Persona out of the way.
Okay. Eh, I think it's like a
Yeah,
6 out of 10.
and
To,
that's fair. I think a 6 out of 10 is actually
to
like
be
6 to 7.
completely real, like I'm gonna structure what I think about this in like a pro con format. So pro, you do more of the incredible combat. But
Right.
con, just like Tartarus, very late in the game, it gets extremely boring and repetitive after a while. And my especially my problem with the Abyss of Time in particular, I thought it was a very lazy design choice that like there was only the same like 4 or 5 different area designs that were constantly repeated. Um
Right.
I found that to be incredibly lazy and I was a little bit disappointed by that. Um Abyss of Time itself is like whatever. I think Tartarus is a more interesting concept and location.
Very, very much agree.
Sorry, what? You cut out there for a
I
second.
said, no, I said I agree.
Okay. Um and another thing that I honestly was just kind of disappointed by is like I thought it would be like the expansion to 5 where it's like you get an extra semester on top of like the grinding, but it's literally just the grinding, and
Well, I mean, yeah.
I, I can't lie, that's probably to me one of the most disappointing parts.
Well, you
um
know the ending of Base 3. How are they supposed to do like an extra semester?
well, you see, that's the thing, is I feel like there could have been a system where you play as Aegis, that plays out perfectly fine. I feel like they could have made a structured system where you like continue I feel like there would have been some way to like continue confidants from the base game, or like maybe create some new ones that are a bit shorter.
Right.
I feel like you definitely could have made a system like that, and I feel like it would have added a lot more substance to the gameplay of the DLC.
Right.
That's just my opinion though, but I was definitely disappointed by that aspect. Um, in terms of the characters and story, I think another big problem I have with the DLC is one of the big problems I had with the way that the story was told and also the characters were developed in the base game, where I think the stuff that you get is good, but it's not enough, and it feels like everything at the end is just kind of and I think
Right,
just like the base game, the amount of content that way is incredibly poorly paced.
right,
Um, that being said, I did enjoy the kind of look into the I guess some I liked better than others. Like some felt completely pointless. Some of them, to be completely honest, like
right.
Tsuru and Amada were kind of pointless. But on the other hand, it was really nice seeing more from Yukari and especially Akihiko. Um,
Right.
and I will say, my opinions on the story became a lot more positive near the end. I thought the fact you fight a shadow version of the main character, that was crazy. That was really, really cool. I really liked that a lot.
Yep, that's one of my favorite scenes in the fucking DLC. Now, I'm talking about the original. You're talking about the remake. What they changed, I don't know what. Like, I know story wise they didn't, but it's been like 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the answer is like they have the choice to go back, right?
Yes.
I like that. I like that. I like the circumstance.
So with that, I actually really appreciated that it wasn't, like with five or the base game of three, where like you actually have to make a tangible choice. I really liked the fact that like it was like a character that it was something that was settled naturally through writing. I really liked that you didn't have to go through like making a choice again to potentially like try and get another true ending. I thought that was a very, very good decision.
Right.
Um, Another thing that I was also extremely satisfied by with regards to the end of the story, I thought that Metis being Aegis's other half, I thought that was brilliant. I think
Yeah.
that overall led to a very, very nice conclusion to Aegis's entire character arc. Also, thought it was absolutely crazy that you fight all of your friends in that giant Colosseum area. That definitely blew my mind a little bit.
Yep.
Um, However, after that point, like after, all that happens and then like everything is settled in the Velvet Room, that's kind of where the story bits start to go more downhill for me. Um, I think the whole concept of the Erebus boss fight was not very well developed. And also, I fucking hate that boss fight because I kid you not, it took me fucking 45 minutes to complete. It
Damn.
was absolutely stupid how long of a fucking grind fest that was.
Right. How long did Nyx take you to beat?
Um, if I remember correctly, I think like 15, 20 minutes, maybe?
Right.
Because that was a pretty lengthy boss fight. But like the Erebus one is, in my opinion, that this is like the worst thing that a boss fight can do in a video game. it commits like the two worst sins. It incredibly long and grindy for no apparent reason, and it does not change up its mechanics in any way to make the boss fight more innovative and fun and exciting.
Right.
So overall, that whole like final boss fight, that was a honestly massive negative. In my opinion, I did not enjoy that fight at all. And part of it was because I was tired, but during that boss fight, because it took so fucking long, I almost fell asleep like 3 times. Um,
Damn.
uh, so yeah, that entire boss fight was fucking stupid. Um,
Okay.
big criticism there, I gotta say. Um, so yeah, overall, like there are so many ups and downs. Like I do think it justified its existence in the story, which is another thing I was a bit concerned about. Um, but there were so many ups and downs that ultimately I'm just like left thinking that it's fine. Uh,
Which is
um,
fair. One thing I will say about like like Persona 3 in general is you don't need the answer.
no, absolutely not.
No, like if you tell me, oh yeah, I played Persona 3 and didn't play the answer, cool, bro, that's fine.
Yeah, and in that respect, I think I am a little bit disappointed because comparatively to five, you definitely need to play that. Um, I feel like, which
Right.
is something I really liked about that other content of the game, despite the fact it's all in one in Royal and whatnot. But that's something I was a little bit disappointed by. As well. But you know that's where I land. I'm like 5.5, 6 out of 10. Like um, it's very mid, like incredibly mid. Um,
That's fair. What about so I got the chance to play a little bit of Echoes of Wisdom, a little bit on my buddy's Switch when I was in town for like a little bit. Um, what are your thoughts on Echoes of Wisdom?
I'm quite enjoying it so far. So obviously like I'm new to Zelda. I haven't played that many Zelda games. I want to, but it's not exactly easy to do so. Um,
Yeah. Do you pay for online?
no, I
Damn,
don't.
I was gonna say you should play one of the most revolutionary games out there.
Um, and I might do that in the future, but not right now, just because I have too many other games I can play.
That's
Um,
valid. You can always emulate fucking Ocarina of Time. That shit's easy.
I don't know how to emulate, and to be honest, it scares me. I don't want to do anything that might mess up my Switch.
Oh, not no. Oh, emulating on your Switch is a little wild. No, that is scary. But like your PC, bro, you can easily get like
oh,
even your Steam Deck.
I don't know anything about that.
You can play. Yeah,
Um,
you can play
but
every single Zelda game on your Steam
yeah,
Deck.
in terms of like my first experience with like a 2D Zelda, I finally like understand what people talk about when they're like talking about like proper Zelda dungeons. Like I get like what that means now. I still don't understand why that's a criticism of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but
Yeah, yeah.
uh
I'm like the biggest Zelda fans hate me, bro. So every Zelda fan hates me, bro. Because when I talk about, I've played because I win the argument. I have played literally every fucking Zelda game
we did an
except
entire
for Echoes
tier
of Wisdom.
list. We did a whole tier list in the previous episode.
Yeah. I don't. The 2D ones are fine, but the 3D ones are just miles better.
Um, but yeah, I understand that concept. I really like the whole like echoes mechanic. I think it works really well. I love the puzzle solving aspect. I think it's cool. Um, I'm still struggling with the boss fights. Just like getting used to the various mechanics. and whatnot because there isn't like a direct combat system unless you get the sword fighter form, but that doesn't last very long, so it's not exactly effective for boss fights necessarily. But I think the boss fights are the hardest part, definitely. But because it's just like a harder like puzzle to solve essentially. But I do enjoy it. I like where the story's going so far. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's very, very chill. Very chill. Kind of like
Okay.
Persona. It's a perfect game to listen to like podcasts while playing. Um, so yeah, I really like it.
That's good. Uh, yeah, no, they video games for me. I got some. I got some. Um, I played
I
the
I
demo.
noticed I noticed on I noticed like because we're friends on Switch. You've been playing
You saw what I've been
replaying.
playing.
You've been replaying Persona 4, haven't you?
Oh no, I mean I played a little bit at the airport. That's kind of it.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah, no. There's a game I've been playing way more,
What is it?
and we're gonna talk about it in a second. I got a lot of games, and I don't have a show, but I have something I've been watching. But
Okay.
we'll get to that in a bit. Um, all right. So first off, I think I've talked about Nier Automata on here before.
A little bit, yeah.
So you know what's crazy is this is what I didn't know is I would explain it. All right, there's what this is a dumb question. There's what 26 letters in the alphabet, right?
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's 26.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, there's
all right,
26.
all right. Let me throw this at you. Imagine you're playing a video game, and yeah, how do I explain this? All right, you play the game. You get ending A. You play the game again from that save file, you get ending B. This fucking video game has 26 endings through the whole alphabet. Now, obviously, you don't need to play all 26 endings, but
Jesus Christ.
A through E, A through E is like the important ones, right? Like that's like the other ones are kind of scat. So I've been I
Okay.
only played ending A. I didn't know there was like more. So I've been replaying it. I'm on Route C right now.
I don't know anything about Nier Automata, but
Well,
that sounds like a serious grind.
it's not that bad. Each playthrough is about 10 hours. So it's like in the end, it's like a 40, 50 hour game if you're doing like the
Okay.
main the main stuff. So yeah, what I was about to say about that is yeah, I'm on Route C, which is apparently like the pretty important one. So we'll see how it goes. I liked Route B. I finished that up the other day. Other thing, I started the Metaphor ReFantasio. I tried the demo,
The heck is
that new Atlas IP.
Oh, the Persona that's not Persona.
Yeah, but it's that yeah. No, it's just an Atlas game. They're all kind of like that.
I know. I'm just joking around. That's just how I think of it, to be honest.
The Shimigami Tensei fans are gonna have your head. No, I'm kidding. But
I don't care. I've never been a Shin Megami Tensei fan in my life.
you know, amen. No, but it's really fucking cool. I'm gonna
Okay.
play it. I'm gonna play it when it comes out. Um,
So, what is it about? Like, what's
all
like
right,
the setting? Like, tell me all these details.
all right. I have it. I'm like right near the end of the demo, but let me tell you the story. Yeah, you want story? The story. I'm excited to see how it plays out because there's a couple weird things about it. One, it's in a medieval fantasy era kind of deal. Okay, there's elves, there's
Okay.
fairies, there's this, there's that. You know, the trope. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you're playing as what is essentially a normal human being,
A what?
and you're basically like a normal human being.
Okay.
And how do I put this? So yeah, you the prince was quote unquote murdered. The king gets murdered by this guy, and but the prince was your friend, but he's still alive, but no one knows. This dude's trying to take over the kingdom, and you gotta save the day. I just gave you a very terrible explanation. But no,
Okay.
the game is gorgeous. The combat is really fun. It's like a perfect blend between Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. We're in the sense that Persona's fucking easy. Persona is an easy RPG. Shin
Yeah.
Megami Tensei is a very hard RPG, and
Okay.
it is a perfect in between.
Okay.
And I really like that. The music's pretty good. I can't lie. It's good. I like it. Um, the the characters are pretty cool so far. I'm liking it. Um,
So, does it have like the same kind of gameplay loop where it's like you make social links and shit like that?
I know, but it's not that hard on it. You really have to just play the demo to understand it. But
Okay.
it's something. It's cool. I can't wait to play the actual game when it comes out. And then this next one,
When does it come out?
next week.
Oh, okay.
But the demo's on Xbox if you want to try the demo. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, this next one we're gonna get into. This one's pretty okay. I started playing Xenoblade 1.
Again?
Yeah, I never owned it, but I or like finished it or got far in it. But playing Xenoblade 1.
Did you finish three?
Huh?
Did you finish three?
Am I gonna stream?
No, did you finish three?
No, and I'll tell you why. So I'm gonna go in order just because I like to do that. The games don't connect, but they do, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, yeah,
like when
I knew that. I knew that.
yeah, so when I found that out that the games connect, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play them in order then. So my buddy back home, I sent him like $10 for Xenoblade Definitive Edition on Switch, and when I went back home, I picked it up. I've been playing it, and I like it so far. I will say, how do I explain this? I like the combat, but it's still like the combat in general is still like whatever to me. Like it's fine. I'm not like I don't know how I feel about like I've gotten more used to it if that makes sense. But I'm like 50-50 on it. I'm not gonna praise the combat, but I'm not gonna say it's bad anymore. Like I'm cool with it.
It was the
Uh
same way to be. Well, like combat was like what put me off on the game because like I originally bought it when it or not when it came out, but like I bought it back in like January of 2022, I think. I tried it. Kind of put me off, and then like later in 2022 is when I got Xenoblade 3 just really on a whim, and then I really liked that one because I like the combat a lot better. Um,
so I've never Xenoblade 2. You beat Xenoblade 2 and 3, right?
not even close to two. I don't remember how many hours I was in two. I wasn't even close to a third of the story done. That was one of the games I like halted a playthrough of. That I need to get that I need to finish.
That it I'm a little worried about Xenoblade 2 because I saw a clip of gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, the combat from what I saw, I'm not gonna say anything. Just what I saw, I like the ones better, but we'll see how it is when I play it eventually. Um,
I don't remember enough to be honest.
so I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it yet. I'm liking it. I'm liking Xenoblade so far. You know, that's what I
Right?
gotta say. Um, another game I started playing is Metal Gear Solid
For the first time? Like, is it your
for the
first
first
time
time.
jumping into that franchise?
Kinda. I don't know if you know what Metal Gear Rising is,
I've heard of it.
but it's got Raiden, and it's like a Devil May Cry Bayonetta slasher kind of game. I played
Okay.
that to completion. It's super cool. Super like that game.
Okay.
Uh, but that game and then Metal Gear are two completely different genres.
Okay.
Like Metal Gear Solid, like I'm playing the one with Snake, is
That's like a stealth game, right?
it's
Stealth
a
action
stealth
game.
it's a stealth action game. And I'm trying to get into the genre. And when I say stealth action, I'm talking like Metal Gear Solid. This counts for me. Resident Evil, stuff like that. I can never
Mhm.
get into Resident Evil, but I want to try. I want to try again. Maybe I just haven't, maybe I think it's one of those things. It just hasn't clicked. It hasn't
I've
clicked with me yet. But I think
I've had that before. I think
but I think it could
so
click.
I
So I'm hoping I bought Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2 Phantom Liberty. I'm gonna
okay.
try that one
Do you
and
like Metal
see
Gear
how it
Solid
is.
1 so far?
Haven't played enough of it to be honest, but so far it's fine. I like Snake. Snake is
Okay.
cool.
All right.
That's kind of all I got about that one. Is there
Cool.
anything else I've been playing? Xenoblade, Near, Metaphor. Oh, did I ever talk about Space Marines?
No, I've heard that game was
Oh
very
my
well
God.
received. I don't know anything about it though.
All right. I don't know anything about Warhammer. Do you know Warhammer?
Nope.
You've never heard of it?
I've heard of it. I know it's like some kind of massive franchise, kind of like Magic the Gathering or
Yeah, it's
D&D.
a it's a Dungeons and Dragons kind of game, right?
Yeah,
I know
that's
nothing
the
about it.
only
My
thing I know
homie
about it.
calls me. My homie calls me. He's like, "Yo, you gotta hop on this game right now." I'm like, "Bro, I don't play like I don't know." He's like, "Bro, just get it." So
So is
I
it
came,
related
I
to
bought it.
Warhammer or something?
It is. It is. It's a Warhammer game, but it is nothing. It's like a slash shooter. I don't even know it's a PvE. It's you and your friends just fucking screaming and fighting aliens. It is so
Okay.
damn fun.
All right. Cool.
I have not touched the campaign. I don't know what I heard the campaign was good. I haven't touched it. I've just been killing aliens.
Okay.
But it was that's too crazy. I think it's cool. People are saying it's game of the year. I think you're stupid if you think that game is game of the year. It's fun. It's not that it's fine. It's fun though.
We already talked about that.
Yeah, but
Uh,
like you're not like if Space Marines gets game of the year, then you guys need to expand your game things. That's all I got to say. Like I want Helldivers. I want Helldivers to win game of the year, buddy. Come on, play an actual game.
I'm enjoying
But
that.
I like Helldivers, but is it beating Rebirth? You know what I mean?
I mean, I would assume not.
Fuck no. I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Black Myth Wukong is taking the cake.
Same.
And
I
personally, I want Rebirth.
Yeah, well, and as much as I might want Reload, I don't think it stands much of a chance. It might be nominated for an award, but it's definitely not getting Game of the Year.
I want it to. It has a chance.
Yeah, like possibly for an award, but definitely not Game of the Year.
No, I think it has a chance I think it has a chance for Game of the Year.
Really? No, I don't think so, to be honest.
I
But
I
that's
I,
just
I do I do very hard.
all right. Well, moving to shows. So, um,
All right, what have you been watching?
I've completed a lot of shows. And I'm just gonna list them all out and I'll kind of go through them one by one. So number one, can I talk about Samurai Champloo with you?
Have you?
I don't remember. That's why I was asking.
I think you started it. Don't know if you finished it.
Okay, hadn't talked about completing it. I completed Madoka Magica. I completed Promise Neverland. I also finally finished up the final season of Hibike Euphonium.
Okay, yeah.
Um and did I say Promise Neverland?
Yes.
Okay, I just said that one. I watched 5 meters per second movie. I actually just watched that last night. I think I mentioned the One Piece films I watched already. Um, yeah. I think that's all of them. That's what I want to talk about first. I want to get to the seasonal shows. I also started Welcome to the NHK and also Vivi Floret's I Song. Um,
I've heard of either of those.
um, so Samurai Champloo first. Fucking great show. Really, really liked it a lot. Um, not as good as Cowboy Bebop, uh, straight up, but I thought it was really, really good. Um, have you seen Madoka Magica?
Is that the one with the girl and she got the wand and shit?
I mean, that's you described a lot of magical girl shows, but
But like,
um, Madoka, I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
really I don't know. I don't want. Tell me this. The premise.
Um, hold on, let me find it. Here we go. So yeah, Madoka, they encounter Kyubi, the cat-like magical familiar, and Homura Akemi, the new transfer student. He offers the proposition that like granting any wishes, and then they have to become a magical girl. Um, and then Akemi, who is a magical girl herself, urges them not to accept the offer, saying as everything's not what it seems, and it's a really fucking sad show.
Let me look it up.
Um, if you have not seen this, you have got to watch it.
I've
Um,
seen this character before. I don't know. It's not really my. I don't really watch like the magical girl shows.
see,
Why is
see,
it on
here's
Disney Plus?
here's the thing. It wasn't my kind of. This is not my kind of genre either. At least I didn't think so. But now I'm kind of curious to check out more shows because this show was so fucking incredible. This show fucking blew me away. Seriously,
Okay.
like it is a absolute fucking masterpiece. Um, it is incredible, like how it is like a fucking subversion of its own genre, and I could tell that even though this is the first show in its genre I have seen. The
Was it,
action
was
was
it,
incredible. The characters are so good. There are so many depressing deaths and absolutely insane plot twists, and the plot itself is so good.
okay.
I fucking love this show. Absolutely blew me away. Um, I cannot recommend it enough. Genuinely. Um, uh, Otherwise, Promised Neverland, I of course only watched the first season.
Good.
That was very good. I very much enjoyed that. Very cool concept. Far, far, far from the darkest anime I've ever seen. In fact, Madoka Magica is definitely up there with the darkest anime I've ever seen. But Promised Neverland had some nice dark elements, had really good characters. I quite enjoyed it. Um, and I'm gonna read the manga at some point. Continue reading the manga. Because I'm definitely captivated by it. It was really good. Um, Hibiki Euphonium, I really loved because it was just it's a concert band anime, and um, I'm in concert band, so of course I'm gonna love it. But the third season in particular had a really really great ending. So yeah, I really love that show. Um, And then Welcome to the NHK is a very weird show. I'm only like 4 episodes into it, but I am liking it. And then Vivi Floret's I Song is fucking fantastic. Um, I'm really liking that show. And basically what that's about is it's like it's set in the future and it's like this AI there's like the AIs are like programmed for one purpose, and the main character Vivi or Diva, as she's initially known as, is like only programmed for singing before she's approached by this other AI named Matsumoto, whose like directive is to invent um a disastrous human versus AI war that happens 100 years in the future, and he recruits Vivi's help, and it's really good so far.
Good. That sounds interesting.
It is very cool. It's animated by Studio Wit, and it's very good. Um, so I'm really enjoying that. I think I'm like it's only 13 episodes. I think I this morning alone watched like seven.
Damn.
Yeah. I also started rewatching One Piece.
God, how do you rewatch One Piece? What?
I'm only doing my favorite arc. I'm not
That's
doing all of
fine.
it. And to be honest, I'm probably just gonna do like free time skip as well. Um,
That's still like 500 episodes though.
oh well, my favorite arcs. I'm only doing. I did East Blue. I'm doing Alabasta. I'm doing Water Seven, Enies Lobby, Saba Odi, Info Down Marineford, and that's it.
That's like half the first arc. What? I guess that's fair. Yeah,
When
no,
you
I
when you
there's
compare it
I
when you
can't
compare
even.
it to like all of One Piece now being over 1100 episodes, it's like it's not even close. But yeah, East Blue. That was a really fun rewatch. Um, yeah, I've been really enjoying doing that rewatch as well. Um, now seasonal shows. This is I know you probably have not kept up with like anime seasonally in a long time if you've ever done that at all. But
Very. Yeah, no, it's been a while.
this season there are so many fucking great shows that are coming out. Biggest one for me, like most anticipated one, was ReZero season 3.
That finally came out. Damn.
Yes. And the first episode was beautiful, glorious 90 minutes, and it was amazing.
Damn, 90 minutes?
Uh-huh. It was amazing. It's off to a great start. Um, um, I have an entire like document of just like shows I'm gonna watch for the season, which I'm gonna start doing for each new like season of anime, like seasonally. Um I need to watch the new episode of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, the next like set of episodes that came out today. I need to watch that. Uh, that was probably the second thing I was most anticipated for. Um, have you heard of Dandadan?
I have heard about that actually. How is that?
Dandadan first episode, hype as hell, dude.
It's it's
So
what?
hype, huh?
It's good?
It's really good. It's animated by Science Saru, and the premise is just bonkers. So basically, it's about this boy and a girl, and they're in middle school, and the boy believes in aliens, but thinks that the girl is stupid for believing in ghosts, and the girl believes in ghosts but thinks that the boy believing in aliens is dumb. So they essentially like challenge each other to a dare, and they go to like these places, and they end up discovering that in fact both ghosts and aliens do actually exist. Crazy concept, but it's so cool. It's really cool. I would highly recommend it. You still there, Seth?
I don't
Uh,
know what happened.
did you hear about Don Don? What I said about the plot
Yeah,
summary?
I heard. I heard about
Okay,
it. I
okay,
said that's fucking insane.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I highly recommend it. It's very good. Um, Other shows. There's a really cute romance called 365 Days to the Wedding, which is about these two complete introverts that work at the same company, and in order to avoid potentially being shipped off to Alaska to be the head of a new branch, they fake being engaged.
So,
Um, and the first episode of that was really funny and wholesome. There was another anime called Trillion Game, which was really fucking cool. And it's basically like this very smooth talker who's great at lying, who partners with this like typical introvert kid who's like a god at computer programming. And when neither of them are like accepted by any of the big companies, they they decide to make their own company.
okay.
Okay. And it is really cool. I quite enjoyed a lot. First two episodes were really cool. Um, Other ones, there's a bunch of other a bunch of them that came out today, to be honest, that I'm really interested in watching. There's a new remake for Ranma Half, which I've heard of being good, and it's animated by Mappa, and I want to give that a try. Um, there's a really cool show called Orb on the Movements of the Earth, which is like some kind of like historical fiction. And along with Trillion Game, both shows are being animated by Madhouse, which immediately got me invested because that's my favorite animation studio. Um, Dragon Ball Daima comes out October 11th. I'm really excited for that.
I don't know if I'm excited for that or not.
Well, you're not a Dragon Ball fan, really, so
Not a
I
Dragon.
wouldn't.
I'm like I'm a Dragon Ball. Like I like Z. And that's kind of
But
it. I like
you're
Z.
you're not a big Dragon Ball fan like me, so I don't know if you would
What,
really
what,
like
what-
it that
what's
much.
he even about? I thought there was. I thought there was. See, I'm confused because I thought there was more like Dragon Ball Super to go over. I thought there was more to that.
No, Daima is basically what makes Daima a big deal is, and I know I've said it a bajillion times before in videos on this podcast. I'll never stop saying it. May Akira Toriyama the GOAT rest in peace. This Dragon Ball Daima was the last thing that Toriyama worked on before he passed away. Um, so it's like the last Dragon Ball product that we're ever going to get that was made by Toriyama in any aspect, which I think is really
Okay.
special.
What was it about? Like what is this
You
about?
know, I don't exactly remember, to be honest. I'm gonna look it up.
I need to. I need to watch a new show.
Well, I've given you a ton of suggestions.
Yeah, you have. One of them I
Um,
just ended, and I can't wait for season two that I finished.
Mal does not have a synopsis on it.
I think I've talked about Alia sometimes hides your feeling in Russian.
Yeah, that's still,
It had its 12 episode run. It finished, but it's not over. There's no way it's over. I like it. I thought it was cute. I like the characters. I like the main two people.
oh, okay, so it says, on the Dragon Ball Wiki, it says, Due to a conspiracy, Goku and his friends are turned small. In order to fix things, they'll head off to a new world. It's a grand adventure with intense action in an unknown and mysterious world. Uh, he uses the power pole to fight since he's smaller now. So I'm quite excited for that because it's probably going to give me vibes of OG Dragon Ball, which I think is going to be really cool. Although you may
One
not.
show. Wait, so one more time, what is it about? I didn't hear all that.
What it says on Dragon Ball Wiki is due to a conspiracy, Goku and his friends are turned small. In order to fix things, they'll head off to a new world. It's a grand adventure with intense action in an unknown mysterious world. Since Goku has to make up for his petite size, he uses his power pole to fight, something not seen in a long time.
Okay, so everyone's small and they have to unfix that. Okay.
Basically, yeah, it's a very simple plot. It was originally a anime original series before Toriyama got involved in the production.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds kind of boring.
I'm excited for it because I love OG Dragon Ball. I love that vibe of it. It's one of my favorite parts of Dragon Ball, so I am quite excited for it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
But yeah, that's bro, dude, I almost forgot one. Almost forgot one. Holy shit, Uzumaki, man,
Uzumaki?
fucking hell. That first episode is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Uzumaki. What is that? What is that?
So, Uzumaki is originally a very famous horror manga by Junji Ito. Um,
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I've heard of Jujutsu
yeah,
Kaisen. Yeah. And
and
how is that?
it, dude, the first episode is one of the craziest, most insane fucking things I've ever seen.
I was thinking about watching it.
Dude, it is absolutely like fucking insane. It's so crazy. Um, it, I am not saying a single word beyond that. You just have to watch for yourself. Seriously. I would be doing it such a fucking injustice if I told you anything about the plot at all.
I know I heard there's a Nier Automata anime. I heard it's very faithful. I don't know.
Um, the
I haven't
real
seen it.
cool thing, the real cool thing that I've never seen in anime before is it's entirely black and white. It's literally animated like it's a manga. It's so cool.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming that's because of like the art from well, like screenshots I've seen. The art is very good in Uzumaki, and it definitely reflects that in the character designs and also the CG for like the design, the crazy like concept designs. It's really cool. It's animated by Production IG, and they're doing a fantastic job. Um,
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Something that is a little bit of a hiccup is it's only on HBO Max unless you can find it
That's not that bad.
on a pirate site.
I haven't.
I have HBO Max luckily, so I'm able to watch it. That's
Yeah,
coming
I have
out.
it too.
Next episode's actually tomorrow. It's every Sunday is when it comes out.
I thought it was a. I don't know why. I thought it was a. I thought it was a movie.
No, no. Yeah, it's a very famous manga, and the dude. I've never had my mind blown in the span of fucking 24 minutes than watching that one episode. It was so crazy. Um, and I just remembered another fucking series that I finished that I can't believe I didn't think of before because it's like the most conflicted I've ever felt over a fucking piece of media. This show. Um, Mushoku Tensei.
How is that? I have heard of that.
It is fucking incredible, and then it falls off so hard with like one absolute shit choice at the end of season two.
Okay.
Literally, it's and this is why I feel so fucking conflicted. I don't even like know what to think about it because like I absolutely fucking hate the character direction that they went, and it feels like all the development for the main character just went straight down the fucking toilet. Um, but everything
Damn.
up until then, I kid you not, there are very few anime that I've seen that have better like character writing and emotional like resonance than Mushoku Tensei. Um,
Right.
honestly, like I've never. It's like there's very few examples where I've been like more emotionally invested in an anime than Mushoku Tensei,
Okay.
and it doesn't. It's not even an isekai. It's a fucking life anime. And the reason I say that is because there are so many amazing, like the way the characters are written and like the arcs they go on, it feels like it's so like applicable and resonant to where I feel like I'm actually experiencing those things, even though I'm not even close to certain phases of life where some of those things happen. It's
Right.
honestly incredible, and then I'm so conflicted because it was so incredible, and then it made like one fucking choice, and it just made everything go to absolute shit. Um,
That's unfortunate to hear.
it's really unfortunate. Speaking of shit, have you seen 5 centimeters per second?
I've heard of it. I've heard good things about it.
I did too. Um, it's awful.
What's it about?
So it's so weird. It feels literally like an incomplete film.
It's a
Um,
show.
no, it's a movie, but it feels like it was it feels like they had a good idea and then it was just like halted halfway through production and then just thrown out in theaters. Like,
Huh.
and I don't mean that in terms of the animation I don't mean that in terms of like technical aspects and whatnot, because like for a 2007 movie, this animation is stunning. Which is what I found is like a constant in Makoto Shinkai films. But like the plot is incredibly incomplete. It's like split. It's like only an hour long, and it's split between like these three like short film things. It's like three different like short films in one. They're vaguely connected by the same plot. Where initially, like the first part of it, which is like 25-30 minutes, which I thought was going to be the entire film, because that's what it says on the Netflix synopsis, is like about this boy and girl in elementary school that become friends. They bond over books that become separated by moving away, and then it like romance story develops from there. Um, and then like randomly, and then well, not really randomly, but like following the same like male main character, it cuts to where he's living once he moved away, and then like the slightly larger part of the film, which is like 30-35 minutes, the second part is so baffling because it like doesn't focus on his character at all and doesn't even mention the other girl from the first part, introduces the entirely new girl who has a crush on the guy character, and then they do absolutely nothing. They only focus on her, and then she doesn't even confess to him near the end of it. And then the last part of it is just a weird montage where the girl from the first part and the main male character are like adults, and there's like some dialogue, but it's mostly like weird music. It's like weird music, beautiful animation montage. It's such a
Okay.
baffling movie. I am so utterly baffled. It is such a terrible, incomplete movie. It doesn't even feel like a film. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I would not recommend it whatsoever. I think it's absolutely terrible, and it's firmly cemented my opinion that Makoto Shinkai is just like George Lucas, where, and I also base this example off the fact that Suzume was not that great of a film either. But Your Name was incredible, and I feel like he's like George Lucas in terms of directors, where they have amazing ideas going into the things they make, but they cannot figure out how to execute on their ideas for shit.
Right.
Because that's how it was with the prequels, and like Revenge of the Sith is the only good prequel movie. um, so
I disagree, but that's okay.
well, that's the comparison I make. I hopefully that makes sense. I would not recommend 5 centimeters per second. I thought it was a terror movie. Just through and through.
Right.
So
I
yeah,
got you.
that's everything that I've been watching.
Yeah, no, I finished Alia, like the season, it got greenlit for season two, so that's pretty cool. I really like it.
Nice.
Um, I rewatched Cyberpunk with Taylor while I was in town, the entire thing. Still
Oh,
so fucking good,
that's very high on my list, to be honest. That's
dude.
extremely high.
I I love that fucking anime. Probably a top 10.
I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm really excited to get to it at some point. Honestly, I
Anime,
may I, I may watch it when I finish Vision, but I've also been really wanting to watch Terror in Resonance for a long time, so I don't
I
know.
think with Cyberpunk, you're gonna feel like it's kind of rushed because it's only 8 episodes.
Is it? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I
Is
will
it
say it
really?
is a little rushed, but it's
Is
so
it
fucking
only? Is
peak.
it
I
really
love it
only
so much.
8 episodes?
I think 10 actually, but still.
Okay. Oh, that's surprising. Oh, so it's kind of like Devil May Cry, maybe then, I guess.
Yeah, like David. It's kind of like that. Yeah, like how Rush. You know how that show. I wouldn't say it was rushed, but you know how like that it came to an end. Like the story is so like I don't know how to explain it, but like it happened, and I was like, damn, that was only 10 episodes or like only 12
Yeah,
episodes. You know
I
what I
was
mean?
thinking the same thing because I think the
It's
amount
like that.
I think the amount they managed to do
I
with
like
Devil May Cry Baby was one of the many things that made it such a brilliant show. But yeah, I
I
kind of get what you mean.
I like Cyberpunk Edge Runner so much. I bought the fucking game and dumped 50 hours into it. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. So is
Yeah.
Cyberpunk the game. Like,
I know it's
the one,
handled by
yeah.
Studio Trigger, which is another thing that has me excited. Um.
Which is weird. Oh yeah, they announced a season two for Edge Runners, and
Oh, really? How hype?
and uh, yeah, I'm conflicted. Like, just watch it, and we'll talk about it on the next episode, I'm sure. But it,
Yeah. Whenever I get to it, I don't know if it'll be like the next thing I watch or whatnot. But um,
oh
yeah,
yeah, really random. I don't know why, but I started watching more sports. I don't know.
like sports anime, you mean?
No, just like sports.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
I only really watched hockey, but I don't know. I got with my new phone, I got like a subscription for like ESPN and Hulu. It just came with it for free.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I was kind of putting it to use, and I've been watching baseball and football. I literally know nothing about each sport, but I don't know.
I
I've been trying to learn.
I think baseball is the most boring sport of all time, but I'm glad that you're enjoying watching it. Uh,
I love baseball. You know what sport I fucking hate?
what?
I hate soccer. I think soccer's the stupidest shit
Soccer
on the
is very
planet.
boring. Soccer is extremely dry. Um,
And it's not even that. It's not even that. Well, players are like just they're bitches. They're bitches. They're bitches. They get hit like they get a little kick to the ankle, and it's like, God. I'm like, bro, come on now. Like, what are you like? I can't believe that shit. Like, I've seen so many clips on the internet where like it's like a soccer player. He's like in life. He's like in danger, and he literally just took like a sweep to the leg, and that was it. And I'm like, bruh,
uh, um,
yeah, I hate soccer. I don't watch NFL football though, because I don't like Taylor Swift, and that's all the I've tried. I watched a game earlier, and it was literally just like Patrick Mahomes, Taylor Swift, rah, and I was like, bruh, I ain't watching that. I'm watching college.
okay. Do you have a particular team that you like?
You know, I gotta rep Georgia. I gotta rep Georgia.
Okay.
UGA.
I do not like football, so I obviously do not watch it.
The more I watch it, the more interesting it gets. Because I didn't understand anything at first, but now I'm starting to understand it, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Because at first I was like, this is stupid. It's just people hitting each other. But then I was watching, like, I was actually paying attention, like, seeing what they were doing. I was like, oh, they're actually like doing stuff. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Did you do sports as a kid besides hockey?
Only hockey. I like
Only
the
hockey?
occasional Super Bowl party, like the occasional Super Bowl party or like SEC championship party, which is like the college Super Bowl.
Um, when I was a kid, I played baseball, basketball, and soccer. Um, Soccer, I did like the little league ones when I was like 5 and 6, I think. Um, I did one, I guess, season of basketball in third grade. And our team was probably the worst in the entire county region, whatever the fuck. We won one game the entire season that I played. Um, and I did I'm not going to name the name directly, but a park baseball that was very popular among kids younger. Um,
I don't like basketball either.
Basketball is actually my favorite sport. It's the only one that I find even like a small modicum of to be interesting to watch.
It's so
Um,
boring to me. It's so boring to me.
yeah, to
I
me,
don't like it.
basketball actually feels like it's actually kind of like fast paced. Um, can we both agree that golf fucking sucks ass?
It sucks, but it's not my
Like, like,
favorite.
like
Like,
not to play because putt putt's really fun, but like
well,
watching
putt-putt and golf
golf,
are like,
bro, that makes me go to sleep faster than melatonin.
okay, okay, watching golf is different. Okay, yeah, watching golf sucks, but playing golf's like I don't love playing golf, but like when
I
you're with,
never
I don't know, for
actually
me, like when you're
played
with
like
friends,
proper golf. I've only played putt putt. I'm talking about watching golf.
yeah, like for me, golf, I don't like it, but when you're with your friends on the field, just like dicking around, it's like, yeah, this is funny.
Yeah, going to like a putt putt course is also like a really fun thing to do with family as well. But bro, watching golf, actual torture.
Yeah, I don't like watching. Yeah, no, not for me, man. I like UFC. UFC is pretty interesting. I don't watch it a lot. I don't really. I'm
I
not
have
gonna
never
watch it all,
seen
but
like UFC or boxing or MMA or anything like that before.
I like
Um,
boxing the most out of all of them. I think it's the most entertaining. But
I don't really know anything about any of that stuff. Um, Speaking of boxing and whatnot, a little bit different topic. It's kind of tangentially really, but something else I wanted to talk about with you. Have you like heard about all the fucking lunch week drama over the past couple weeks?
The what drama?
The lunch week,
Lunchy?
lunch week. Do you know what that is?
Lunch lady.
No, lunch week.
Lunch Lee. Who is that?
So Lunchly is a product that a new product that was released by Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul that
That
has
shit.
what that has like Prime and Feastables, and it's been like chat on all over the internet, and it's got like KSI going on fucking Twitter temper tantrums over Dante DM's one tweet. It's hilarious.
I don't know, man. Me personally, I don't dig into that, but let me tell you what I think. All right, let me tell you what I think. I grew up with Dan TDM and Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all like those guys, right? Let me tell you right now, I don't know because like I love Dan TDM, but like, bro, like I think like they're smart for it. Like, yeah, okay, like if you're someone like Mr. Beast and you're making like actual millions like off of whatever, and then like you got KSI and Logan Paul, they're making millions off Prime. Why it's a business from a business point of view, why wouldn't you fucking do that? Like
I,
like Prime sells
I'm not
well.
I'm not really like laughing at the it makes like perfect sense from a business perspective. I've just been laughing at all the drama that's come out of it. It's
I think
hilarious.
I personally think the drama is like unnecessary but necessary because at the same time it's like bruh, it's like and for me I'm like I feel like Dan, even though I love Dan TDM, I don't know all the drama, but from what I've heard and seen, I'm just like I think you're just mad that you didn't do it. Why didn't you make a snack or something that you could have made millions off of at the time? Because you were like that those like the that handful of people at the time, they were just making videos. They could have done more. They could have done what Mr. Beast and KSI and Logan Paul are doing. Now, I don't like KSI or Logan Paul, and I'm 50-50 on Mr. Beast. I don't really care.
Well, see,
I think I'm just mad that they
see,
didn't do it.
here is the big difference because their whole marketing campaign is that it's a healthier version of Lunchables. And despite this, it has been like debunked and shat on by so many different doctor YouTubers and doctor authorities on the internet that it is not really that much healthier. And in some ways, it's a little bit
And
worse. Uh,
yeah,
which
it's weird because I think because what Prime isn't Prime like healthier than Gatorade?
I don't fucking know.
I think it's like less sugar and less like certain things,
I think it uses
right?
like artificial sweeteners, but I honestly have no fucking idea.
I don't know, man. I don't.
I only occasionally drink Prime. The funniest thing about it to me is honestly just the fact that like all of this like lunch leaf stuff, it's just like something else to add onto the already fucking gargantuan pile of shit that Mr. Beast is already in. Um, and to be honest, like I haven't really been watching his videos lately.
Mr.
Um,
Beast, yeah, I heard he fell off.
I
I
don't
saw
know.
Speed.
I
Speed was
just
doing
like
like
I've suddenly like felt not interested to watch his content. Um,
yeah, I just think it's a part. I think YouTubers, I think a big problem with YouTubers, and not a big problem with YouTubers, is watching YouTubers is you're gonna grow out of it because you're gonna grow up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like think about this. Like when you were a kid, you watched, like kids show, but now you're an adult, you're gonna watch an adult show.
right.
If I was a teenager watching a teenager YouTuber channel or something like that, and then I grew up and it doesn't interest me anymore. That's just kind of how it works. I think it just kind of, I think it's you just grow out of it. So, like I mean, there's a lot. A lot of YouTubers I used to watch. Like, I just don't anymore because what they do isn't my age demographic anymore, and it's not funny to me anymore, and it's not entertaining to me anymore. But it's probably entertaining to the other 15-year-old that's watching about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally get that. Um, I don't know if like the
And I'll
whole
still stand on it.
drama thing is the reason I just haven't felt compelled to watch Mr. Beast lately, but um, hmm.
I'll
I don't
still
know.
stand on it that I love like. And then sometimes I'll go back and watch an older YouTube video that I used to watch of a guy I used to watch a lot and be like, damn, I miss this like era. I think it's just like I still will stand by it to this day that the old Mr. Beast was better and funnier because he like was he wasn't afraid to like how do I put this? He didn't have the demographic he had now, and he wasn't afraid to like say a cuss word or like do this offensive thing.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like my prime Mr. Beast was the the bad YouTube intro videos that he took down. Those were so fucking funny.
To me, like like my favorite Mr. Beast videos to watch are like the ones where he would do like the fucking he would do those absurd like shit where like like the smashing cars and all that shit. Um
Yeah,
and like when he does those kinds of videos like now I really enjoyed those because they were like, favorite things from the past and whatnot. He doesn't really do those anymore. Now it's like a bunch of like highly edited challenges. And don't get me wrong, I really like this like direction of YouTube videos being like longer and more story focused. I like it a hell of a lot better than like all the short form like attention grabbing bullshit. I think it's like a way better direction for modern YouTube to be going. But I feel like it does make Mr. Beast videos in particular a little bit less interesting. Um, so there's Seth.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you cut out for a second there.
Oh my bad. No, I was listening.
Okay. Yeah. Um. Anyway, case in point, I think the drama's funny. That's just kind of what I wanted to say. Above all.
Yeah, yeah, that's valid. That's a good place to end it off. We've been going for what, 2 hours?
Well, hour and 20 minutes.
Not bad.
Anything else you wanted to bring up at all?
No, think I'm all set.
I know we talked about a lot. I'll
We
either
did.
like text or DM you the list of shows I think you should check out. Um, because I think there's a ton airing this season that is like really really good. And also I'm kind of excited because it's like my
Yeah,
first season, like my first like time since I started watching anime that I'm actually like keeping up with shit seasonally. So
right.
but yeah, that's probably a good place to leave it. Good episode back. Nice to talk to you again after a little bit of a
Yep.
gap. Got to talk about a ton of different things. And yeah, thank you for watching, listening, or doing whatever the fuck, and we'll see you later. Bye.